minute by minute with the mayor of Moose Jaw. Has us in Moose Jaw's best kept secret for the last little while, the mayor's backyard. No, I'm just kidding. This is the location for the new hospital. Your worship, where are we right now?
Well, we're at the new hospital. We're short a building or so right now, but when we turn and we look behind us, what we see is nearly 30 acres of land.
I see possibilities.
Absolutely, and I think what you see, when you apply your imagination, is a building that's going to look quite different from our hospital that it looks like now, or your typical hospital. I think what you'll see here will be likely a building, a good portion of it that'll look like a huge medical clinic, I suspect, because one of the things that's influencing healthcare delivery these days is the phenomenal growth in day services, not just the health tests and that sort of thing, but the things that are done by day surgery and so on. That's growing rapidly, and I think is anticipated to continue along that line, and that'll be accommodated in a different kind of way in this new hospital. I can't describe it to you. I'm not an architect. I don't know, and I suspect in some ways those plans aren't finalized yet. They're authentically going through the process they've described, that they want to ensure before the architects start putting lines and walls, that they've talked to the doctors, the nurses, the specialists, the patients, the family physicians, to get an understanding about how do people move most efficiently to make most satisfying for healthcare deliverers to deliver healthcare, and for you and I when we go to the day services or to the hospital, that we receive them most effectively.
Now, when we talked to the provincial level, they had mentioned they left the location, the actual choice of the location, up to the municipal level. So I guess the next logical question is, why was this location picked over, let's say, over on 9th and Thatcher?
Well, the location actually was concluded by the Five Hills Health Region in consultation. There were some sites I think they were looking at that weren't city-owned land. This just happens to be city-owned land, so it was integral that the city had to be involved, of course, in the negotiations to bring us to the conclusion. We're right next to a business park. This was not so long ago. This whole area is referred to as an industrial park. It no longer is now. It'll be hospital and business park, and light industry in Moose Jaw will actually start to identify that as on the other side of the highway more, right, as we look down the road. Okay. And so this, as you look at go back to the official community plan that the city adopted about 1.5 years ago, and you will see that this kind of fits that that character, or that picture, the big picture of the city that is being envisaged as we look down the road 20 years.
Okay. Finally, before I let you go, it seems like Moose Jaw has an issue with parking these days. It always comes up, and as you can see behind us, there's a lot of room.
Yes.
Can you talk to us a little bit about what's going to happen parking-wise?
Well, the Five Hills Health Region's indicated parking is on their mind too, and planning for lots of parking is important to them, not just based on the pressures that they have at the hospital site right now, but again, as they look into the future and see more and more day services happening out of the hospital, increasingly parking not just for visitors to the hospital, but people who are coming for particular services today. They're coming and leaving today. That has to be accommodated. So I'm really pleased about this site for long-term purposes. I think it'll be easy to see. We're close to the highway. It's easy to identify. That could be very important if people are coming from the region, not an ambulance. Ambulances always know where they're going. They plan their trips. But if I'm panicking because my brother-in-law has got his arm in the auger or something, and we're heading to Moose Jaw, the hospital, it's easy to see, it's going to be easy to get to, and it's going to be easy parking when you get here. And so in terms of access, those are 3 important criteria, and right now they're working very hard on the design to accommodate what goes on inside the building, to make sure that it does the best job it can for people in Moose Jaw area as well.
Well, Your Worship, first of all, I want to thank you for doing this, but when the Minister Don McMorris made the announcement, he said there was 1,000 days. A couple days ago, we were down to about 775. Are you going to be counting down the days?
I'm not counting the days specific. I'll leave that to somebody who can count higher than I can. I guess I'm not sure. I think the objective of having the hospital up and operating by 2015 is an energetic objective, but I'm optimistic that they'll be able to meet it because they seem to be very determined to work to object. Right? Absolutely, and they've set themselves an energetic goal, and for the good of the healthcare delivery in the region, I'm with them. I'm pulling for them to reach the goal.
Your Worship, thanks very much.
Thank you. Have a great one.